Okay, so do we want lights on?
Yes. That would bring up the mood greatly.
Okay, yeah, we're just kind of sitting in the dark. Oh, I'm going to get my my turn it on light stick.
Yeah, I'm going to get my turning on lights pants.
I have a little stick that I keep beside my desk that I can reach across the room and turn the light on without standing up.
Is that a little different than the little stick you keep in your pants?
You're trying too hard, Al.
I know, I flubbed it up.
Yeah, you're trying too hard. I forgot what our podcast was called. Welcome back to Mere Casuals, a World of Warcraft podcast.
For Wrath of the Lich King.
Oh, shoot. Am I talking too loud?
Yes.
I need to find a... How's that? You can see the recording thing, right?
Kind of.
Am I maxing out, or I do look good here?
You're not maxing out. You're looking fine.
Okay, so I need to stay this distance.
Fine, brother.
Okay, so welcome back to Mere Casuals, a World of Warcraft podcast. I'm Will Riker.
You spend a little too much time in EverQuest. You're forgetting who you are in WoW.
I have had a lot of things going on
this
week.
You maxed out for that one.
You need to turn down. Even if you talk normally, you do max out.
How's that?
Looks fine.
See, now I have to get really close.
Get a little closer.
I've had a lot of stuff going on this week. I've been doing a lot of different things. I'm following multiple TV shows. I'm playing multiple games. I have a job. I had to do the dishes.
I didn't.
I introduced myself. You introduce yourself now.
I'm Sam/Rolarin.
And I'm Alan A. /Okona A. You hosers.
See, no one should have told Al he's funny, because now he's trying to be funny, and I don't think it works as well.
I know of at least one person out there that will laugh at that.
And
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, so this is a specific...
His name might be Bob.
Oh, okay.
So, last night I was watching Blazing Bob, and he started to complain. He goes, yeah, I have this complaint about your podcast. He goes, all you Canadians, you never say A or anything like that, so...
Do we have to start saying a boot now, too?
Yeah.
Do we really not, though? I feel like I say A lot.
A, I don't think so.
Maybe I put on my professional tone for this, and I don't slip in all the A's. And I know I say and a lot, but I edit those out.
What's the difference between being mugged in LA and being mugged in Toronto? Or as I say, New York and Toronto. That's what I meant, New York and Toronto.
I don't know.
In New York, they say, hey, give me your wallet. In Toronto, they say, give me your wallet, eh?
Well, at least you kind of laughed.
She tried to hold it in.
See, the thing with these little intros where we ramble on is this is where I do a lot of cutting. So I take our like 5 or 10 minutes of just kind of rambling in the general direction of our microphones. Yes, I take our 10 minutes of getting in the mood, and I cut it down to about 3 or 4 minutes, so it sounds like we're interesting people when we're opening up the podcast.
Leave the A's in it, okay? Because Bob wants them.
He wants the A's. I'll leave the A's, and
are we going to count how many times we actually say it?
I don't know.
I don't know if there's a way.
I don't know, eh? So I even put it in the wrong spot. Canadian, end of the sentence. Gotcha. I don't know, eh?
It's funny because I mean that there's this whole thing with Canadians, because I was playing like you were complaining about. I was playing with my EverQuest friends this morning, and they posted in their Discord talking about how Canadians put maple syrup in their coffee and say A all the time. So I had Sam go get our bottle of maple syrup flavored coffee creamer out of the fridge so I could send them a picture.
But should we add that it is not very good in coffee?
Well, I mean, that creamer's not very good.
I feel like it's way too sweet for coffee.
Yeah, I just drink mine
probably.
Back, so I can't really be a part of this conversation. The only thing I put in coffee is my mouth.
Why do you put your mouth
into
coffee?
coffee?
Well, because I don't have a straw, so I make the straw action by just, cutting off the air and go like that.
So you just face plant into the coffee. Is that why you took the little cleft out of your beard so that you could dip into your coffee without?
So I can be part of the Irish mafia.
Oh, we're not going to do accents, are we? Well, we should probably not do accents.
Well, it's only a matter of time before I turn French.
There's a lot of things.
Wasn't even close.
I don't even know what accent that
I
was.
think I actually turned French.
No, that was not French.
I don't know. The end of it's a French.
That's not a French accent.
Well, what is it?
I don't know, but I don't know what you think French people sound like, but it's not that.
C'est la vie.
We live in Canada. There are a lot of French people here. Have you ever heard one speak? You guys have no idea. You have no idea. I actually, because I'm looking at Sam right now.
Because you take it all upon yourself, but hey.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying you were doing the accents, and I was saying, right, I did the exasperated. You have no idea with the editing. What I need to do is, because Sam got a Cricut, right? Like one of the Cricut devices that you
Called
can
a
make
silhouette, but yeah.
that you can make little sign. It's not a Cricut?
No, that's a silhouette.
Oh,
But it
so
does
it's like
the
a
same
different
thing.
brand?
Does the exact same thing, but it's a different brand.
Okay, so you got a silhouette of a Cricut.
Yes.
So what I need to have you do is, you can make like little wooden signs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So our setup
You
for
can cut
our
wood on that?
No, I cut the sign.
she
the
cuts like a
vinyl.
template and she puts it on the wood, and then she paints the wood.
No, but
No?
No,
I don't know how
but-
it works.
My machine goes to 11.
I know that she has a
The
device.
11 plate.
It's a
I don't-
Spinal Tap thing.
okay.
She has a device that she can use to make signs. So what I need to do is, our podcast setup. We should post a picture of our setup someday, just to be like, this is how we record. Not
Like,
right
with
now.
us
There's
in
garbage
it?
everywhere, and I've got like.
Do we want people to know what we look like?
Well, people already know what Al look like.
Yeah, that's okay. That's Al.
Do you not want people to know what you look like?
Can I put a different shirt on?
What I was thinking, I have
What's
some
wrong with
thoughts on this.
What's wrong with your school shirt?
It's not even my school.
Oh, okay.
Well, then they can't find
What?
out who you are.
What was I saying? Oh, so you have your Cricut silhouette,
Yes.
and you can use it to make wooden signs. So our layout is, I'm kind of sitting on one side of a desk, and Al and Sam are sitting on another side of a desk. So what I want is, I want a large wooden sign over like my left shoulder, so it's an Al sight line. And it needs to be big so that we can add more to it if we need to. And what it needs to say is, the following things are not funny, and just have a list of inappropriate jokes that Al's not allowed to make while recording, so that I don't have to cut as many things out.
So you're operating under the assumption that I will read it.
Yes. So like, for
My
example,
voice barely made a dent on your line.
well, get closer to your microphone. You're so far away from your microphone.
Is it on?
Is your microphone on?
Yeah.
Yeah, your microphone's on.
Okay, it's really
So-
weird. You might have to amp me up this week.
So, like, for example, like, it would say, like, the following things are not funny. Number 1. Number 2. So you can't say things like that.
I don't say things like that.
You say things like that all the time, and it's terrible.
No.
They will there are, like, international courts that will send people after you to have you detained for saying things like you say on our podcast sometimes.
Something tells me that those international
Like,
courts
they're-
are overfunded.
There are lists that you could be on if I was to publish this podcast without editing out some of your jokes.
But here's
So-
the thing. I get to be me with you, and you get to cut it out later.
Yes.
But that makes too much work for him, and he doesn't.
But what
like
if
choice.
what if you say something like, and I miss cutting it out one of these days? What if that gets sent out to the internet,
Then I become less
and
famous
everybody
than I am
knows
now?
you're not
Are you famous?
No, that's the thing.
Well, here's the thing though.
Then I will resort to going on to what's that streaming service called?
OnlyFans?
Oh, I don't know.
No, not OnlyFans, but that's an idea. Twitch.
Would you be paying people
Twitch.
to watch because nobody's
Twitch.
paying you? Twitch.
I'll go onto Twitch and I will just prance around with a.
Twitch has extremely strict rules.
Yeah, I'll just prance around with a towel in front of me and I'll get a hot tub and that's what I'll do. I'll be a hot tub streamer.
Is that what people do on Twitch?
Yes, unfortunately, I got led to a streamer last night. Ironically, because somebody on their Twitch stream mentioned her, and man, did I lose brain cells watching that.
How's your coffee tea?
Well, I made actual coffee this time.
Oh.
Oh, darn it. I was going to say something, but I can't remember what now.
I'm not really that bad, all right? So
I've had to, you know what? I've been back. I've been editing through stuff, and occasionally I'll hear something and I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I can't put that on."
so there might be an occasional joke that you have to pull out because of the way that you guys have treated me in the past, all right? You know, when you were over at your friend's house and said, "Oh, Al would like to be here because of some of their guests," and they'd say, "Who's Al?" Because now
That's
they're all of a
it.
sudden
When
worried
have
about
I
me.
ever said that?
That's it. Well, I feel
I don't
like
want
you
my
have
friends to know who you are.
Thank you for sticking up for me there, Josh.
I didn't even hear what he said.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I
but I mean,
Okay.
those are lines of joking that you have started.
Yes, but it's fun to chat about it with you, and sometimes I get, I get carried away talking to you guys here. Yes, this is going out to the internet. Yes, I would like to edit myself completely, but A, that would turn me into a really freaking boring person. Boringer person.
More boring.
More boringer. And B, I forget what B is because I'm old.
Oh,
I can't
I
read
have a
your writing.
list. Because here, let's do number 1. So
Okay, so first
We
of all,
haven't done-
you're going to be titling this particular episode, We Bash Al. Gotcha.
I want to know what you said to
I don't
stick up
remember.
for Al.
No,
I say a lot of things and then immediately
here.
forget them.
Because then he'll have to edit it out.
Yes, I will. So
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
I'll have to listen because here's the thing. You said that softly enough that I probably won't hear it while I'm editing, but I'm worried that if someone cranks the volume up, they'll be able to hear what you said.
Well, then, right before this speech that you get there, just take out a whole chunk and you're good.
Oh, I take out a lot of chunks. There's going to be a lot of chunks coming out of this one, I
Take
can
out
tell you
anything
that.
that's low.
So,
Well, yeah, our long one. Holy crap. The last
Gross.
one was huge.
oh, the podcast, the
what she
length? I know
said.
it was long, wasn't it? But here's the thing.
That's
so-
where you use that line.
So here's the thing. Okay, I have like 4 things that I want to say all at the same time. So I'm gonna start with 1. Okay,
Yes.
so you make a point about last episode being really long. The one before that was fairly long as well.
Yeah,
You don't want to do that.
that's what she said.
Yeah,
I
okay.
already did it once. You
Well,
can't do it multiple times in one little podcast.
That's the joke is saying it over and over and over again
You're
until people
allowed
hate it.
to kill a joke to death.
Oh, okay.
Al does it all the time.
I do it all the time.
So okay, so
And
first
I
thing.
make jokes killed to death too. Okay.
Let Josh say number 1. He's getting frustrated.
So I'm not getting frustrated. I'm just worried because my notes are incomplete, and I'm worried I'm going to forget all the things I want to say. So thing number 1. Hey, that's like from Dr.
I
Seuss.
got thing number 2 upstairs.
So thing number 1 that I wanted to say is you said something about not being famous or something. We're actually starting to get listeners. And our most recent episode is one of our more popular ones, probably because it's one of the ones that aren't from the beginning, so it's not like terrible. Have you gone back and listened to any of our old episodes?
I can't.
Yes.
No, you can. They're on Spotify.
No, like you can, but I can't. I can't listen to myself.
Really?
I can't physically listen to myself. Like if I start hearing myself talking, like in my ears,
Where else would you hear yourself?
I don't know. I can't.
Bats hear
Like
through
it's-
their mouths.
I don't even know how to explain it because you guys are both staring at me.
I'm
But like
listening
my
to you.
voice to myself,
Yes.
I do not like.
You know what's weird? I actually enjoy listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
Like especially our last few episodes after we got the new microphones and we sound all like silky smooth.
Yeah, the day we got our new microphones, we were both
Silky.
sick, and I sounded like crap. Anyways,
But you sounded like good crap.
Yeah, you sounded like
super nasally.
no, like aging musician, aging musician who smoked for too long, kind of like.
Okay.
And that's like a quality
Mick
people
Jagger.
enjoy. You sound
And
like
let's be
Mick
honest,
Jagger.
who knows? I'll probably be sick next week.
And you won't let us
Let's
post
be
pictures
honest.
of you, so for all people know, you look like Mick Jagger as well.
Yeah.
No. So, anyways, what I was going to say is people actually listen to this.
That
Like
is the
we're
point.
starting to get our listeners' numbers are going up and up and up, and people
And
are.
we had one of our listeners join our guild.
We did. That was kind of cool. I don't remember their name because I'm terrible at that.
I know they're
his
in-
name's kind of ugly.
Oh, is it the ugly person?
It is the ugly
Not
person.
the ugly person, but like the ugly person.
Yeah, not the ugly person. Don't get us wrong.
Do you think-
It's the ugly person.
Do you think they're actually ugly?
No.
Well, no, because sometimes people do that, right?
I'm not thinking about how this person looks at all.
No, because you usually think about that.
Oh, no, he's got a profile pic up.
Oh, really?
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
So he's
don't know.
is ugly or is not ugly?
Well,
Oh, there is no profile picture. Was that part the
do you-
joke?
Do you not participate in any of the Discord conversations?
he does not.
I do, but I forget about them immediately after. You guys don't understand how short my train of thought is these days.
Well, it doesn't have a caboose, that's for sure.
I don't even know what that means.
A
So
train caboose?
Yeah, I know that you put a caboose
He
on the end
has
of
a
a train.
profile picture, but I'm assuming it's not him.
Well, you know
Is it
me,
not?
Gene. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything we're saying about you right here now.
Oh, that looks like. I wonder what that is. What is that? Is that like from a TV show? It looks like an old school cowboy.
So if you're listening to this, you need to message us and let us know what your profile picture is.
I think as a general rule, if somebody's in our Discord and talks to us about the podcast, they probably listen to
I
it.
know, but as soon as he hears this,
So here's the questions.
Did you
Here's the question. 2 questions for now. Is that ugly or is it oogly?
oogly.
Okay, 2 questions for you. A, is that picture of you? And B, if not, are you ugly? Because sometimes people like choose usernames that are
Why?
ironically descriptive.
And you're worried about what I'm going to say.
Yeah,
You don't know.
why or what.
Maybe it's like a getting out ahead of it kind of thing.
I'd just like to point out that the comments made by our host today do not reflect the comments of mere casuals.
Do not reflect the opinions.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah. But I mean, you don't know. Cuz like if I wanted to get out ahead of a joke, right?
Just stop.
If I was like
Stop. Stop.
So do you have another? Okay, go ahead. If you're okay.
If I was like really annoying or something, right? I'd probably make like a username that reflected that in some way. Like ironically. You know?
Don't
No?
you think?
No.
You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we have listeners. Maybe.
Well, not anymore.
At most, one person will leave. The rest will think
dude.
this is
I
funny.
was excited to have a listener join our guild, and now you kind of ruined it.
Did I, though? I'm not actually saying I think they're ugly. I've never seen them. It's just a question. Or maybe that's a reference to a TV show or something. Could be.
What TV show?
I don't know.
All right. So for once, I'm lost.
So
Unwillingly.
that's point number 1. I'm sure I had more points.
Oh, God,
point number
there's
2. Oh, point number 2. Okay. So we haven't played that much this past week because A, our guild like just decided not to show up for raids for a couple weeks.
Well, the guild leader got sick.
The guild leader, no. The raid leader got sick.
Right. That's okay. Yeah. Same.
The
guy.
guild leader isn't the raid leader.
I don't even know which one is the guild
Probably
leader.
for the best. I don't know. I don't want to start naming people again because apparently when I bleep out names, I do it too loudly.
Well, there's a solution to that.
To do it quietlier?
Yeah. Quiet.
I know.
Oh,
I thought
tell
I
me
was
after
doing
we're
it
done.
More
quietly.
quiet.
You know who? Well, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know which one.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What?
One person was sick. One person was not. And we had like for a 25-man raid, we had like, I don't know, 1 week. The one we had like 12 people sign up or something, and it just wasn't happening. So we went like a week and a half without raiding. And during that week and a half, I was like, why am I even logging on? Because I have no raids to look forward to. So I was getting on and doing fishing dailies, but we didn't really do a lot together. So we haven't done that much together in game over the past week. So
Al
I
said he
made a
missed
list.
us.
I went on the internet. What do you mean you missed us? You're in the same room as us.
In game.
Oh, in game. So I went on the internet and I got a list of like
I think he's
fun questions. Me? I'm not. I got a list of what?
Continue.
I made a list of fun questions that we could add as filler if we run out of World of Warcraft stuff to talk about.
What are the questions?
And Al said, what did you say about being old?
His mind.
I'm old.
No, you said something. I said something and you were like, yeah, I do this because I'm old.
Okay. I don't remember.
I don't remember. It was like
Play
5
back.
minutes ago. We'll go back and figure it out
He had
eventually.
a B but couldn't remember because he is old, is what he said.
I had a B.
A B.
There was an A and then there's a B.
Oh, right. You were going to make 2 points and you couldn't remember the second point because you're old. One of my questions that I wrote down before this started and I didn't tell you about was what old person things do you do? So I'm putting this question out to both of you. What old person things do you do?
I'm not old.
Doesn't mean you don't do old
Doesn't mean
person
you don't
things.
do old person
I mean,
things.
right now
I
you're
nap.
sitting with a blanket over your lap.
Yes. Okay, so old person things Sam does. You're sitting in a chair with a blanket over your lap
Beside a heater.
beside a space heater, and it's not that cold. Is that an old person thing?
Yep.
You're basically a grandmother. Do you also crochet?
Yes.
What other old people things do you do, Sam? Do you go to bed at 7 o'clock at night?
8.
8.
Ooh, you pushed it up.
She's been staying up this week. You should have seen her the week she was off sick and didn't have to get up for work. She stayed up till 8:30 once.
Yeah.
Your eyes must have been just hollow by then.
Yeah, I was pretty tired.
Her eye's not hollow anyway.
I don't know.
No.
Got a knife?
Gross.
There, I saw inside of my eye.
Oh.
What do you mean you saw inside of your eye?
They took the picture
Oh.
Oh, like at an eye doctor?
of the eye doctor. Yeah.
Stop it.
Oh, that reminds me. I was supposed to measure your pupil
Yeah,
distance or
I
something.
need to get a new pair of glasses.
So, Al, what old people things do you do?
I exist because I'm old.
I feel like you do a lot of old people things.
I play classic WoW. I wear muscle shirts with no muscles.
Okay,
Is that an
that's
old
you
person
know.
thing? And flannel.
Well, flannel.
I guess flannel shirt over a muscle
The
shirt.
flannel shirt's a Canadian thing.
I guess.
Well,
No, there
however-
are several states in the U.S. where flannel is a thing.
Yeah, one of those denial
Is that a state?
state of.
I was
denial.
gonna say like Minnesota, Wyoming, Montana, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like do they wear?
I don't really have any bad feelings. I
Where's
just said it 'cause
Fargo?
I thought it was
Is
funny.
Fargo in North Dakota?
I don't know.
North
It's
Dakota.
not close by.
It's not close by.
No, it's far to go.
No. Yeah, I feel like that's a north thing, the flannel.
Yeah.
And we're kind of north. We're north of some of the states. Not all of them.
So old things. I forget things.
What was the question?
You're asking me what I do as old.
Right.
You asked me what I do like an old person, but I do it as an
Thought
old
these
person
questions
as well.
were if we run out of WoW things to talk about.
Well,
Well,
now we
no,
can
Al
spice
had
it
an
to the
old
end.
person thing, so I thought I'd throw question number 1 in there.
I don't go
And
into rooms anymore.
You don't go into rooms anymore?
I'll never forget why I'm going in there.
So that's question number 1. Do we have news?
Well, yeah, I've done some things.
Well, hold on a second. Pause for news intro.
Oh, news. No.
It's time for the news.
Okay, that was our news intro.
Why do we actually put a pause there? Because I guess so you know where to put it.
I know where to
But-
put it out.
Introducing
Nothing
an
really
intro.
happened
News-wise?
there's-
news-wise.
Well, we didn't raid. I started working on a few lower reputations. Well, that's what I did.
That's
though.
like
That's not
us news. Is there WoW? You know what? Now that we've paused for news intro, I'm going to Google World of Warcraft news.
Don't worry, folks. You won't experience this big wait.
World of Warcraft news. Okay, news. All of the latest updates. Oh, Trading Post. I feel like that's Dragonflight.
That's Dragonflight.
The new 10.0.5 content update. Oh, that's Dragonflight. Share the love with big savings during our Valentine's Day sale. Oh, that's Dragonflight as well. Get the Jade Bright 4-seer mount with the purchase of 6-month subscription.
Dragonflight.
I think that only applies to Dragonflight. Yeah, see, now we're just going, Dragonflight has been released. I think that only applies to Dragonflight. Let's see. Does Twitter have any news?
Well, we don't do a podcast about Twitter.
How do I know? I mean, does it have any? Yeah, I don't even know how to check. I don't know if there is any news.
You know what they say? No
What?
news is good news.
Oh, okay. Oh, here's an idea. So we release our podcast on Mondays, right? You
Are
listened.
You asking me?
You listened to the live recording on Twitch of Warcraft Reloaded the other day, right?
Yeah.
Is there any news you can steal and we can get the hop on them and like scoop them? Did they announce any news on their podcast that we can steal? Because our podcast will be out like almost a full 24 hours before theirs. If we can scoop them on the news, I feel like we might be able to.
They've done their podcast already.
I know, but they haven't released it yet.
Have they not? I'm
No.
Sure I feel like they have.
It might be on Twitch, but they don't actually post their podcast as a podcast until Tuesday.
I feel like you're wrong.
You can feel like I'm wrong all you want, but I know their podcast comes out on platforms like Spotify on Tuesday. So if they have any cool news, we could listen to their live recordings, scoop them on the news, and then release ours on Monday as we usually do.
So, do you want to pause and listen to their live recording, their recordings?
No, I feel like that would take a while. I thought you were listening to it. Do you not remember what the news was?
Okay. Should we go back to your points? I'm old.
Right. This isn't going to work. I have a feeling like we're
No,
just...
5 days ago, the Simon and I show.
Yeah, that's last week's podcast, and that was on Tuesday.
But it's released on video already. So
Yeah, that's the video. I'm talking about the podcast.
okay, so when I watch it on Twitch, it's not the live one.
when you watch it on Twitch, they're recording the podcast.
Right.
Then they have the video and stuff in the Twitch, and then what they do is they edit that into an actual podcast and release the podcast on the following Tuesday.
Right. So this was released following that. They haven't done one
Yeah, they have.
after this.
They've recorded another episode since then. Oh, you didn't watch the one yesterday?
Oh no, I didn't. I was at work. I watched him.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
I watched him tank Old You Are.
That's not news. He does that every week.
No, I didn't watch it yesterday. Okay, so I didn't get yesterday's. No, so I have no news to scoop.
We have nothing. I guess we're just
This
failures.
is a good place for your crickets. News intro, crickets, news outro.
We could do that. Okay, so hold on. Pause for news outro.
And that, as they call it, was the news.
Wow. That was not very exciting news at all.
Are you kidding? I gleaned so much from that.
Did you glean that we are not a legitimate podcast and that we have nothing useful to say about the news?
No, there was no news.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
No news is good news. It's not our fault. It's WoW's fault.
That's true. There's a lot of Dragonflight news, but we don't really care about that. So, Sam, you've been playing WoW a lot this week. What have you been up to?
I've played the last 2 days, and I think that's all I've played.
You didn't play earlier in the week?
I don't think so.
She did have a 2-day stretch of not being logged on. Like, what the heck?
It's been one of those weeks. I feel like it's a lull week. Maybe that's why nobody in our guild has been logging on for raids.
Yeah, like what the
Because
It's
we're like,
February. It's dull month.
well, yeah, February sucks to begin with, but like, I feel like with a game like WoW, you have like your peaks and lulls, right? So Alduar was released, and we were all super excited.
Excited.
We're not exciting. We were all super excited, and we all played a whole bunch, and like people were signing up for raids, and everybody goes, and then you reach that point where I think, are we in like the middle of Alduar right now? How long ago did it come out? How many weeks has it been? 7?
At least a few.
6 or 7? I feel like we're at like somewhere around, maybe not at the midpoint, but somewhere around the midpoint of the Alduar stretch. So I think that's when people dip. That's when people are like, oh man, do I have to log on every day to do my fishing dailies? Do I really need to do my dailies for my conquest badges today? Because I already have all my conquest badge gear. Why would I log on to do that?
To help me get the gear I want?
Do you not have your conquest badge gear yet?
No.
Well, that's a shame.
Every time I go to run it with my friends, they've already run it with other people.
I haven't run it in like 2 weeks because I already have all my badge gear.
Well, run it with me.
Well, you didn't ask.
Plus, it's been suggested I could use your help.
You could use my help?
Yes, with Mulverick.
Who's Mulverick?
He's over with in the Nether Storm.
You need to
area.
get closer to you, Mike.
It's been like that the whole time. I don't even know what I sound like over there. Mulverick is one of the pilots from.
I don't
Alterac
think
Valley?
he understands that the mic needs to be in front of his mouth.
Or to the side.
No, not to the side. It's supposed to be to the front. So try talking
Am
there.
I even in any of your podcasts today?
You are, but like you keep leaning back away from the microphone, and I have to manually turn you up.
Yeah, do that.
I'm not doing that. Well, I just did that, but
You are doing that. Like you're literally doing that.
so anyway, Mulverick. It's part of the quest line to get the Nether Drake.
See if we can hear you now. Oh, like the Netherwing
Netherwing,
rep
thank you.
stuff. Oh, okay.
And
You can't solo that?
he's ticking me off. He flies, and then he takes off like a bat. Nobody else flies as fast as he does, except for maybe Ickman. But anyway,
Is he there too? Because they're both from Alterac Valley.
yes.
Neat.
So I actually paced him, and he slowed down. I said, "Okay, cool, I got this one." And then he went through a mountain.
So what are you supposed to do with it? I don't remember. It's
You
been
got to
like
keep up with them.
a few months.
They shoot things at you to try and knock you off. They won't knock me off my mount because I'm level 80. But I do have to keep up. They can slow me down. But he went through a mountain, so I went around it and failed the quest because I had to go around the mountain because I couldn't phase through it like he did. I was like, "This is
Did you try?
yes."
Oh, okay. You know what would help with that is the Crusader aura from Paladins. You
And?
should have a Paladin come out and just kind of fly beside you while you're doing that.
And that was the suggestion.
Someone suggested that?
Yes, Bob
Smart
did.
person. Hey, there you go. So I didn't know you needed my help with that because you didn't ask, so you can't really blame me.
Well, I didn't blame you. I found out last night at about, what time was it, 10:30?
Oh,
11?
okay.
You might have been in bed already.
Not quite. Maybe close.
But
I don't know. I was awake. I think I was awake.
we chatted for a long time, so
Fun. So I can help with that. So that's what you've been doing this week? You've been trying to get the Netherwing attunement?
no.
Hold on. I asked Sam what she was doing this week. Why are we talking about Al?
because she's on her phone.
Because you interrupted me.
Sam, you've been playing a lot this week. What have you been doing this week?
Just been playing this last couple days.
Sam, you've been playing a lot this last couple days. What have you been doing these last couple days?
Working on my lore master.
And what'd you do today?
I got 25 and 50 mounts.
Right, you got 28 mounts today.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, so you actually went and bought all your mounts today.
I did. I started with 22 and ended up with 51.
And you're working on doing like the big lore master achievement, right?
Yeah, I'm in northern, eastern, western, eastern kingdoms.
Eastern kingdoms. There are no
Yeah, I
northern,
got it.
southern, or western.
However,
kingdoms.
Eastern Kingdoms does have a Western Plague Land.
Okay.
Oh, I just blew her mind there.
In Al's defense, Eastern Plague Land is the one you hate.
Oh, okay.
She was getting so mad in Eastern Plague Lands.
Why?
Was.
Because I have other friends, and I'm trying to be online, like playing a game with my other friends, and she's like, okay, how can I yell without blasting? She's like, why can't I find these things?
You're right in front of me. I wasn't yelling at you.
Oh, you were.
What things were you looking for? Were you looking
She
for
was
the
she was
termite
trying to
mounts?
do the Savior, what's it called? The Heroes of Darrowshire?
I don't remember what
Oh,
You know the one where you kill the ghouls?
Yes.
And the citizens spawn and you have to like release the citizens?
They are scattered throughout the
I
zone.
was
are.
standing on top of all the swords. There was
Some
nothing
of the swords.
there.
But
Then you
here's
moved to
the
another
problem.
sword.
I know, that's what I kept telling her. She's like, but I'm standing on the swords. Why are there none here? That's what you were doing.
I
You
do
were like-
not sound like that.
That's because that was my voice, not yours. I'm doing an impersonation. You're like, why can't I? Why are they not here? I'm standing on one of the swords on the map, and I was like, well, you got to go because they
Wasn't
spawn
just one.
sporadically. You need the ghouls, so you need to go to the other locations and find the ghouls.
I do have one question. If you were somewhere else and you were calling over, would that be a remotification
You imagine? Sure.
as opposed to an in-personification?
Did I say in
Impersonation?
I said in What did I say?
I said it right. You said in-person. You said the right word.
Okay.
I was trying to make a joke, but
I was like, did I say in personification? I feel like I didn't say that.
a remotification? Okay, sorry. Back to it. So you couldn't find the ghouls.
So impersonation would be remotination.
I finished that quest and then I dropped all the other
remotination.
quests and moved to Badlands.
Ghouls
Some of them-
just want to have. That's all they really want. Sorry.
No. Go on.
No, it's okay.
Okay. She was. She also had all the 30 savage fronds and like the 30 dark iron scraps and the 30 cores. I was like, you don't have to do those. I don't think they count towards the.
Lore Master.
I don't think they count towards the lore master.
They
Eh?
do count towards your rep, though,
What rep?
Argent Dawn.
Argent Dawn.
Are you not done, Argent Dawn?
No?
Oh.
Neither am I.
Oh.
We didn't do the raids or anything. We just
What raids?
Right, the classic raids. We zipped through.
There's no Argent Dawn raids, is there?
Dungeons.
Argent Dawn is just like
no, but
Strathome
what I'm
and
saying
Scholomance.
is, like, I have exalted on my other tunes because we spent all classic doing stuff. But this time we zipped through
These are
classic.
different. Yeah, right. I went back and I actually ran Strathome over and over
Well,
again.
'cause
Yeah,
you're
without
a,
us.
You're a
That's
paladin.
so
you,
nice.
you soloed it, which
As a
I-
level 80, you could solo it too. It doesn't really matter what
Well, no,
class
I'm
you are.
going through it now.
Yeah.
But I was still getting a little chewed up with my initial gear. I was a little jealous. I wanted to be able to solo things. Which
You're getting
said-
hold on. You're getting chewed up in Strathome.
Why is other? No, a long time ago. Why is
Oh,
EverQuest loading up on your screen?
Oh shoot! It's not loading. It's because I had it. It's because I had it running in the background and it just closed.
You got tired of being in the background. All right. So yeah, what else did you do? You got 28 mounts today.
And the brown bear one, whatever that one is.
That is a mount.
I know, but that's an achievement. The brown bear.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, the one from the guy in Dalaran.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
The girl.
So those are the only.
Mel
Nice.
Francis. Is Mel not a guy's name?
Well, in Alice he is. So yeah, I guess so.
Melvin Francis. Is the NPC that sells the mounts male or female, though? I've never
Yes.
noticed.
Does it matter?
It's male.
Well, no, it matters because it's become a topic of conversation now.
And I finished the Nezingwary stuff.
Oh, yes.
And I did Dinner
In Nagrand.
Impossible.
You did the Nagrand one.
And
Did you do the BGs or did you just bow out? You bowed out. How'd you bow out? Did
Just
you put
AFK.
slash AFK?
I tried to do one, and well, there was, no, that wasn't it.
What?
I was going to say we tried to do one together, but that was for the flop, not flop.
The what?
The
I'm trying to think what you could possibly mean that sounds like flop.
pity.
Pity
Oh,
the
the
Fool.
Pity the Fool. Yeah, that sounds like flop. That was a Wrathy Basin. So I don't know how it is on other servers or other battle groups or whatever, but I don't think Horde has ever won a Wrathy Basin in our battle group. Because I've done it a number of times. I have 0 victories. Like, I've never even come close.
What if it was Horde versus Horde?
I've always been on the losing side. Like, it doesn't matter. If I'm in a battleground, we're going to lose. Like, here's the thing. So with my Paladin, with my second Paladin, I was leveling him a lot in Alterac Valley, right? So I was over on Alliance side originally, and I was running our Alterac Valley on Alliance side, and we lost like every time. And everyone over there was like, "Oh yeah, Horde is so much better. Like, what's wrong with all you people? We need to get it together. Like, why does all Alliance always lose?" And they were doing the thing like, "Oh, why even try? Like, just stay in the tunnel and let them win. It's faster." And we'd go up, and they'd be like, "Oh, you guys make the same mistake every time. Why are you all so stupid?" And they'd get all mad, and everybody was just yelling at everybody, and it was just this whole like bitter pity party of like, why does Alliance never win Alterac Valley? And I was like, man, I can't wait until I can faction transfer so I can just be done with this people, because wow, they're annoying. Because I was trying to, like, I got like some PvP healing gear, and I was like, I'm going to level as a PvP paladin in Battlegrounds. This is going to be so cool. And like Alterac Valley is the place in PvP to actually get experience. So they finally added in the faction transfer, and I transfer over to Horde side. And we didn't win a single match. Like, every time I would go in, it would start with, "Oh, yeah, everybody just stay in the tunnel. Why even bother? They're just going to win anyways." And then we go down, they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, that's Horde for you. You're going to make this mistake, and why is everyone so stupid?" And I was like, it's exactly the same thing. How are both sides losing every single battle?
I have a theory. They faction transferred.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I was just running with the same group on each faction, and we just all transferred over at the same time. But it was like, it was mind blowing. Like yeah, I won like the odd one on both sides, but like, I'm trying to think. I'm like, how are both sides losing Alterac Valley every time? Because they're both talking, and they're both like, yeah, Alliance has never won at Alterac Valley. We lose every time. And then you get over to Horde. Oh, Horde has never won at Alterac Valley. We lose every time. It's the same level bracket. Like, both sides, I think, you know what I think it is? I think it's all a conspiracy by Blizzard.
Against you.
I don't know. No, against everybody. I think they were like, oh, people are having too much fun in Alterac Valley, and they're using it to level and stuff. So they've rigged it so that both sides lose every time.
No,
Because it's close. Like, you'll get in there, and like on Alliance side, you'll get in there and you'll start killing Drek-Thar, right? Drek-Thar?
the bad guy. Yep.
Drek. You'll start killing Drek. And you're in there, and you have no tank, of course, because it's the level, 71 to 79 battle group level range, and like nobody's a tank. So you got no tank, and you got no healers because no one wants to heal. So you just got all these DPS running in, and his health is going down and down and down, and it gets to like 25%, and you're like, oh yeah, maybe we're gonna win this side. And then it says Alliance has won, and they've killed Vandar, right? So then you go over to the Horde side, and you rush down, and you engage Vandar, and it's the same thing. There's no tanks. There's no healers. Everything's chaos. We don't have the graveyard yet. We're all just running in, and we're trying to win, and he's going down and down and down. You get down to 25%, and Horde has won. They've just killed Drek-Thar. No, Alliance has won. They've just killed Drek-Thar. I'm thinking, no, neither one of us killed him. I think that's just a message they're popping up. When someone comes close, it just says the other side won.
You might be onto something.
Nobody's in there to witness this.
You might be onto
Like,
something.
I don't think anyone has actually won Alterac Valley in months. Like, as soon as this became like a big experience thing, I think it's their way of nerfing leveling. I don't think anyone's actually ever won this battleground.
You're either onto something or you're on something. I don't know, but
It's entirely possible.
yeah.
I challenge you to prove me wrong.
Okay.
So, Sam,
Hi.
is that all you've been up to?
And I did Shadow Fang Keep by myself. Because you said you would.
You're like nowhere near your microphone right now.
I did Shadow Fang
I don't think
Keep
she knows she
by
has to stand
myself.
right in front of it.
Yeah, microphones are so hard. What you need to do is you guys need to like get the bad posture and hunch forward over the desk into your microphone like I do. You're both leaning back all relaxed, and you get too relaxed and you start leaning too far away from the microphone. You need to hunch.
I'm starting to get passionate with my microphone now, so it should work better.
We've stopped licking the microphones though.
Oh.
Just I don't know if did we email you? Did I CC you in on that email? We're not licking the microphones anymore.
I tell you, your microphone cheated on you. I licked it once too.
Yeah, it told me.
Okay.
It was still wet the next day.
I have that effect.
Well, it's these sponge things we have on the end. They retain moisture. So you did Shadow Fang Keep by yourself.
Yeah.
You
You
got
said
lost
you would help
once.
me.
I know. I was like, I'm busy right now. I'll help you tomorrow.
No, you said after dinner.
I might have. I don't know. But then you just didn't tell me. You didn't tell me you were getting in. You just went for it.
Yep.
But you don't need my help. It's easy. You did fine. You only got lost once. And then you finished it. You were able to kill the last boss without like dying?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it was fine. You got the achievement. And I don't have that achievement, so that puts one more achievement towards my total that you now have.
But I'm still like thousands of whatever behind both of you.
But you just gained by 10. You'll get there. What are you at now? Are you over 5,000 yet?
No.
No? Really? Okay. Because you do like a lot of achievement stuff.
Some that I haven't even heard of.
So
I
what
don't
if
know what I'm at.
what have you? Oh wait, hold on. Before we get to what
got
has
more
Al been up
points?
this week? What?
You got more points.
No, this is not a point. This is a discussion topic, just as filler because. Holy crap! Have we been talking for 45 minutes?
Yeah, but 80 of it's
We're
been
gonna cut some of that
nonsense.
out though. So that's the fun. That's the fun thing I like to do when I'm editing. I don't know if our listeners like to do this as well, but whenever I mention on the recording how long we've been talking for, I check the timestamp to see how much I've edited out. And sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's not very much. Sometimes I'll feel like, oh man, I've edited out like half an hour so far, and I'll get to a point where I'll be like, oh wow, it's been 45 minutes, and I'll look and it's actually 42, and I'm like, I've only edited out 3 minutes. So, next topping point. So I went on the internet, like I said, and I found some interesting icebreakers, like introduction kind of stuff.
I'd use a pick.
Because I feel like you just use a pick. Do you actually have an ice pick?
Maybe.
Because that's one of those things. I'm going to put down my talking points for a moment and go on another thing. So that's one of those things in movies that's always bugged me. Why does everybody have an ice pick?
Why don't they?
Why would they? Do you have an ice pick? I've never owned an ice pick.
It would be nice to have an ice pick to finish shoveling our driveway.
No. I mean like in-house, like small item you can stab someone
Oh.
in the brain with ice pick.
I meant
I
like
don't mean like a spade for de-icing your driveway. I mean like an ice pick. Like, you know how there's so many like TV shows and movies where someone gets murdered by an ice pick because it's like a handy nearby item. Why don't they use knives? Nobody has ice picks.
Because, do you know why they have ice picks? It's just a basic instinct to have ice picks.
Do they use that in Basic Instinct?
Yes.
Spoilers. What if
Yes.
someone hasn't
So
seen that
wait,
movie?
do you actually have an ice pick?
I do
He
not.
does not. Nobody
But
has an ice pick.
My brother does.
Your
Is he
brother's
a
a bit of
murderer?
a-
Oh, you're not allowed to answer that, are you?
You can edit that out, please. Not going to insult my brother on my podcast. You'll
Does he
edit this out.
listen?
Yes.
Oh.
So my brother has an ice pick.
To be fair, I don't think Sam's actually met your brother. I have. And man, don't get me started on your brother.
No,
So
I don't
anyways-
think anybody has an ice pick.
No? Your brother doesn't own an ice pick?
No, we'll cut out everything about my brother because you guys are not playing this.
I'm playing nice.
I've never met your brother, so even if I insulted him, it wouldn't even be true.
We just assume he's like you. So Sam was like, oh man, if he's anything like Al.
I've seen a picture of them. You guys look like brothers. So
Oh, there
do you
was a
guys not
picture
have the
that came
same
through.
personality?
No, we do not have the same personality.
Can we be
are
friends
our
with
own
him?
people.
What?
So rude. So rude. My brother has an ice pick, and he had like one of those cheap containers. You just fill it up with water and throw it in his freezer, and then he would pick his ice out.
Isn't it easier just to own an ice cube tray?
Ice cube maker.
He has an ice cube maker. He has ice cube trays.
Then
It
what's-
doesn't matter if it's easier. It's just cool to pick ice.
I feel like it'd be cool the first time, and then after that you'd be like, oh crap, I wish I had an ice cube tray.
Well, yeah, he doesn't do it anymore,
Exactly.
but he still has an ice pick,
Exactly.
and he's not murdered anybody
Yet.
that I know of.
Have we talked to his wife lately?
Yes.
Okay.
I can confirm he probably has. Because what was it? I was going, yeah, but like nobody, yeah. What my point was, nobody has ice picks. Who said ice pick? Why am I talking about ice picks? Icebreakers, right? My icebreakers. So, like I said, I was on the internet, and I feel like I was looking at an older list because one of the get to know you icebreaker questions was, would you rather be stuck in a zombie apocalypse or a global pandemic?
No.
Neither.
Really, neither?
I don't know. We're already stuck in a global pandemic.
That's why I thought it was funny because I feel like that question was written before we were all plunged into a global pandemic.
I would go with the zombie apocalypse.
Just because the pandemic was kind of boring and lame.
Well, yeah, that, and I honestly think that, would they move fast? What kind of zombies? What kind of zombies?
Oh, okay. So let's go through so I actually read an article on my phone while I was doing something that you do while reading articles on your phone. And
Pooping, yeah.
I wasn't going to say pooping. You can't say pooping on a podcast.
Sorry, shitting.
So I was reading an article on my phone, and it was the 10 most difficult. It was ranking from 10 to 1, the most difficult to the easiest zombie movie / TV shows to survive. So can you guess what the hardest one was?
Movie or TV show?
World War Z.
Yes.
Or, as us Canadians would say, World War Z.
Why did you say the Canadian thing with an Irish accent?
I didn't.
You did. You just slip into Irish accents sometimes. I was always slipping into the Irish.
Yeah.
So
They don't notice.
He wishes.
Actually, Irish, yeah. That wouldn't be bad.
So
If I had an Irish girl, all she'd have to do is just talk to me, and I'd be done.
that says a lot more
About
than I
Irish
feel
women.
like. No, it says a lot about you.
I don't know. Sam's been talking to me for a while.
You good?
I'm good.
You
I'm
okay?
not
Okay.
Irish.
Exactly.
Can you do accents?
No.
No,
No?
don't do an accent. Or else I'll have 2 microphone stands.
Oh, gross.
Gross.
So yeah, you're right. World War Z was the most difficult one to survive.
Zed.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, it's a movie title, so you got to pronounce it the way that the artist that named it chooses.
I don't think I've seen that one. Is that
It's
the one with
Brad
Tom
Pitt
Cruise?
where they like Tom Cruise. I don't think is in a zombie movie. What is that?
This is
Yeah, that's the picture.
Yeah. Can you tell that they're related?
Oh. Yeah.
That's Al and his brother. I don't think I saw that picture because I ignore Facebook.
It's really blurry all of a sudden.
Do you have grease on your fingers?
No.
Maybe that's why it's blurry.
So World War Z, you haven't seen. Oh wow,
Has he always had a beard?
he's always had at least some stubble when I've seen him.
Yeah, he's got facial hair that grows, as do I.
Like I don't think I've ever seen your brother like completely clean shaven. He's always had some degree of beard. At least when I've been around him, I'm sure he shaves sometimes.
So Peter was with us. Funny aside. So I was in charge of.
So hold
ordering-
on, just to be clear, is Peter the guy that you're always saying terrible things about?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and he's the one that. Okay. So Peter was with us. Actually,
I know. Yeah, don't tell that story because I feel like I know where you're going with that.
So Peter, that's that guy right there.
Yeah, I know who Peter is.
So I was in charge of ordering the cabs.
Okay. Why didn't you share a cab? Were you not going to the same place?
Yeah, we shared.
You said cabs though.
Yes, because we would go out and we would come back. And we would
Oh,
go to places.
okay. So the to and from.
Yeah, so when I ordered, I call a cab because it was easy to remember because I was calling a cab, call a cab. Hey, I got it. So I said, yeah, I'd like to call a cab down to the hotel, the Hampton Inn, and we're going over to Burke's. I said.
The steakhouse?
Yep. I said, it's for 3 gentlemen, small, medium, and large.
Wait, which one were you?
I was large.
I've only ever seen Peter's head, so I don't know if he's like...
And the guy at the cab company had a good laugh. They sent us a van.
Oh, that's hilarious that they sent you a van, actually.
I think that's all they have, but yeah.
Yeah, I think they're mostly vans now. That's good, though.
Like a small, medium, large. It was pretty funny there.
So anyways, back to the zombies. So World War Z is the hardest.
Yeah.
What do you think the easiest one is? I feel like you might get this.
Well, my obvious guess would be Walking Dead, but that just feels too obvious. Not the Will Smith movie, because
28 Days Later.
haven't watched it.
No, that's actually on the harder range.
That's the only other one I can think
I
of.
feel like the Will Smith one would also be on a harder range because they
What Will Smith one?
I Am Legend.
That's
Oh,
not, is
okay,
that
that's
a
not on the
zombie?
list. That's technically not a zombie movie.
What are they then? Are they like?
I don't know. They're never really clear.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
I
Some,
don't
it was,
think. Either way, it wasn't on the list.
Night of the Comet.
That wasn't on the list.
What? How is Night of the Comet not on
It
the
was
list?
Okay, what about
it was
28 Days?
references. It was the Sandra Bullock movie. What isn't that?
Isn't
28 Days Later.
but isn't there like a 1 and then there's a 2?
28 months later. I
No,
think
it's
there's a
not
28
months.
months later.
I don't think it's months.
Weeks.
I think it's 28 days. I think
28
you're right.
days is about rehab, isn't it?
I don't know. I know there's the Sandra Bullock one out there, but I don't know which one it
I
is.
feel like that's 28 days.
Yeah.
That's the documentary about Sandra Bullock going through rehab. Isn't it?
Documentary?
Okay, so
Is it not?
so
It's
anyway,
not a documentary.
what
I
is the
haven't
winner
watched
of the
it.
easiest one to get through?
Night of the Living Dead.
Really?
I
Yes.
haven't seen that one either.
Like the old school one.
No, I know. The
Because
one
they're
where
like
they-
super slow. You could get away from them just walking at a brisk pace.
Well, that's what I was thinking about with
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead as well.
See, okay, so but here it's not just about the zombies, because in The Walking Dead you're not trying to just survive the zombies, you have to survive the people as well.
Okay,
And the
but your
real
question was-
zombies are the people you meet along the way.
Your question was the zombie apocalypse we had to survive. I guess the people are part of it. So
They're part of it, yeah.
However, in Night of Living Dead, they're stupid. So I mean, that's got to count for something.
Yeah, that's why it was
like
the
they
easiest.
burned up the bodies.
They were afraid of fire as well. They're afraid of fire.
Yeah, but they burned up the bodies,
Uh-huh.
sending their ash into the atmosphere. It rained down and grew zombies out of the ground. So they were creating their own mess.
Yes. I suppose.
Did you watch that movie?
A very long time ago.
I love that movie.
It's literally been so long since I've seen that movie. It's black and white, right?
It depends on what TV you watch it on, but no.
Is it not? I thought they
Yes.
made it black and white as like an artistic choice.
No.
Did they not? Really?
It's in color.
Okay, I don't remember it being in color. I mean, you might be right.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong Living Dead movie.
There is several.
But no, I recommend Night of the Comet.
I feel like it was mentioned somewhere in the list. I haven't seen it though. What's that one about?
Well, these people go to sleep one day, a comet goes across, and the next day they wake up, most people are dead. Zombies.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, apparently if you slept somewhere that was covered in metal, then you survived. Robert Beltrane's in it.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
He's one of the major stars. And it's
So there's not a lot of star power?
the girl is I got to find this movie. I have to find this movie. This movie
That's-
is an awesome movie.
There is an internet.
It's in black and white.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, then which Living Dead one am I thinking of? Return of the Living Dead, maybe.
You're not thinking of the one in the mall, are you?
No, the one
That was Dawn
one
of
in
the
the
Dead.
cemetery where the chick she gets naked and starts dancing around the gravestones. I like that scene a lot.
I feel like that's a different movie.
Return of the Living Dead.
It might be.
Anyway, enough of the Living Dead movies. So yeah,
So you would prefer to live in a zombie apocalypse rather than a pandemic?
well, if chicks are going to dance naked around gravestones, then
I
yeah,
feel like
sure.
that would be the exception rather than the rule.
Yeah, okay. Well, a lot of people say I am the exception to the rule.
Sam, what about you?
Well, I've
Do you
already
prefer-
lived through the pandemic and I survived.
So are you thinking about just surviving
So-
or do you want to have fun?
You know what?
Because I mean, I can tell you for certain.
I wouldn't survive a zombie apocalypse.
I mean, maybe. Well, okay. So, zombie apocalypse. You're allowed to just kind of walk through the streets and shoot the infected. I found out the hard way. You are not allowed to do that during a global pandemic.
See, here's the thing. There's two streams of thought. Global pandemic gives us a chance to do more of this. Play video games.
We weren't allowed to do this in person.
No, but we would learn to do it online.
We would have to learn how to use Discord if we were doing this during a pandemic.
We have a person that has offered to help us.
Which have you taken up that offer yet?
I'm not good at accepting help. I
I know.
need it
I'll
forced upon
accept
me.
it.
I prefer it when people force their help upon me.
I'm starting to build a rapport with him as well, so I'll accept the help.
Oh, look at Al building rapport.
Building rapport.
Making friends.
Making friends. Now, so as I was saying, global pandemic allows us to do this. Zombie apocalypse allows us to live this.
Do you think the internet would go out if there was a zombie apocalypse?
Probably.
That would be my concern.
Well, the first time it's down, who would fix it?
I mean, somebody, right? Is that not
Like
what there's
in-
people? Are there not people for that?
There are, but
Who fixes it now?
not zombies.
Well, no, obviously.
Although it depends on how long they're working.
Yeah, I guess.
But no, it's people. But don't forget, zombies come from somewhere. They come from people. So if it's those people that become the zombies, then no, there's no one to fix the internet.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of iffy then.
Yeah. Have you seen internet being used in any of the zombie shows you've watched? Other than that,
I
one
wanna
with,
say yes.
The girl that my daughter likes.
But maybe not. Which one's that? Did they use the internet in World War Z?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I feel like they did. At least near the beginning.
Funny little factoid. Peter Capaldi in World War Z was credited through the credits as the WHO doctor. The Who
Doctor Who?
Because they knew ahead of time that he was going to be Doctor Who, so they kind of just did that for fun.
That's funny.
That's kind of funny. I'm guessing that he played Doctor Who in some iteration of that show.
Yeah, much later. Like, they knew he got it. So they...
Oh, so he's one of the new Doctor Who's?
He was
I've
just
never seen
before
Doctor Who.
Jodie.
Jodie?
Yes, last name escaping me, so don't ask.
Foster?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know another Jodie.
Yeah, it bothers me that I can't remember her last name. I wasn't sure if I
Wait a
like
minute.
a female doctor,
There was a female Doctor Who?
but
I feel like the internet would be outraged about that.
yeah. So I
Was-
didn't get
was the
outraged.
internet
I was
outraged
just,
about that?
I was just, it was just something different, and no, I thoroughly enjoyed
And we all know
Whittaker?
we
Watching
all
her.
know Whittaker?
Whittaker.
Did you say Whittaker?
Whittaker.
Whittaker.
Whittaker, Jodie Whittaker.
Can we edit that out?
No.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching her play Doctor Who.
Okay. I don't know who that is, and I'm not familiar with Doctor Who.
I'm sad that she's gone. Actually,
She
Oh,
died?
she die?
no, she regenerated.
Oh, okay.
I
no,
know nothing about
No.
Doctor Who.
no. Spoilers, by the way. If you're not up to date on Doctor Who, turn
This
it
is
off
not
now.
a Doctor Who podcast. Nobody cares.
She did not regenerate. She degenerated.
Oh, so she's one of those degens.
That's my theory. Well, the first one, she reverted back to a previous doctor.
Oh.
No, David Tennant,
Oh, okay.
which was really weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you gotta
She
watch the
turned into
show.
David Tennant?
Yes.
Like the guy from Jessica Jones?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is he the scarf guy? Or do they all have scarves?
I don't think he had a scarf.
Okay.
No, the scarf guy was from a long time ago. I
Oh,
forget
so
his name.
that's a long time ago.
Yeah, that was my Doctor Who.
You have your own Doctor Who?
Yes.
Okay. So I feel like this is going nowhere. Did you go to Raid? I don't remember.
No,
No.
because
Did
my
you go to Raid?
hours,
No.
my hours
You were
have
in
been
bed.
changed. So they put me in both the last Saturday and the Saturday that just passed.
When
For
you
6
say
a.m.
you... Oh, never mind.
No. Ask the question, Sam.
I was going to say, when you say you work early, does that mean like 8 o'clock, but you
6.
answered it
6
before I
a.m.
got the question out?
Yeah, and I'm
That's
not doing. I'm not
early.
doing. It's early enough. I'm not doing well with regular sleep. I'm not about to stay up and get myself 4 or 5 hours sleep just to.
Well, Raid ends at 10.
No, it starts at 8. It
Oh,
ends at
11.
But that's the time it's supposed to end. It'll probably go later.
No, they usually cut it off.
Well, I mean like 11:15. But then
Oh,
I'm,
well,
I'm amped up a
11,
little bit,
15.
right? It's not just end raid, go to bed.
You can't do that?
No,
Oh.
I'm not.
Sam goes to bed midway through Raid
I'm
sometimes.
not old like you. No, I'm not going on less sleep for raid.
Sometimes you got to make sacrifices.
I'm not going to sacrifice work for raid.
But oh man, so hold on. You missed out because Raid on what was it Friday? Raid on Friday. So much rogue loot dropped.
Yesterday?
Was that just no? That wasn't yesterday. Today's Sunday.
Well, today's Sunday.
The day before yesterday.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to write out a list of all the sweet rogue items that dropped. And I'm going to slide it gently across the table to you.
Well, that's a good thing, actually. You didn't have a rogue, did you?
No, none of the rogues showed up. No
'cause,
rogue items dropped.
Got called into work. I'm sorry, bleep. He had to stay to work late. He said he'll be back by 9. If there's a spot, he'll join.
He was not back by 9.
He just kind of
we did the raid. Might as well talk about the raid briefly because it was like the highlight of my week. Because the
Well,
rest
you
of my
asked her
weekend,
You
wow.
asked her what she was doing. I guess we're going to talk about what you're doing. Don't forget.
I asked you what you were doing, and you started talking about Doctor Who or something.
No.
Okay, what have you been up to this week, Al?
Well, no, we're on to what you're doing.
No, I don't want to talk about what I was doing. I didn't do anything.
All right, so this week, I killed a lot of ogres.
Why?
They have layers.
Oh, for the Magar rep?
Yes, and I got all those mounts.
Yeah, you can get like 10 mounts from that game.
Yes, I think it's 10. If not, it's 8, but I think it's 10.
It's 8 or 10. It's an amount.
It's an amount.
It's an amount of mounts.
Where's that?
Nagrand. Oh, I told
Nagrand.
you got uppity with me. It was funny. I linked the achievement, the Maghar of
Oh, what I told you, I'll just go Google it.
what is it? The Maghar of Nagrand. She goes, "What's that?" I said, "It's the Maghar period of Nagrand."
Can I forget what I said. I said
She goes-
something, and then
she goes,
I'm
"I'll
just going to Google it.
I said, "No, just come on down here, kill a bunch of ogres."
You sound like WoW General Chat. Every time someone asks a question, someone's like, Google it.
No,
Because that's the clever
she
Witter
didn't-
thing,
She
witty
didn't
thing
like
to
that.
say.
I just repunctuated the thing. I gave her basically an answer that you would give her. I think she was mad.
She loves it when I give her answers that I would give her.
I think she was. I think she was mad at me. I think she was already
And then I stopped talking.
because
To
she
you.
was having a hard time with Shadow Van Keep at that time. Is when you were ignoring her.
I was sitting right in front of her, answering her
this wasn't the same
questions as
time.
I could. No, that was the day before.
That was the day before.
Well, what were you doing?
I remember being in. I wasn't on my computer when you said this.
Okay, well, okay. Irregardless,
It's not a word.
but no, it's just funny. What is that? It's the Maghar.
Well, sometimes things will be so
The
obvious.
23rd.
What is it today?
Today is the 26th.
So it was Thursday.
Oh, wow. Is there only 2 days left in February?
Yeah, you know what yesterday was?
No.
10 months till Christmas. And I made sure to tell people at work.
Can we just have warm weather before you start talking about Christmas?
You don't want Christmas during warm weather, although we've been getting it. So then
I'm
after the
just so sick of the
Maghar
cold.
of Northrend, or whatever the quest is called, I moved on to...
Nagrand. There are no Magar in Northrend.
Yep, that you know of.
See? All of it, and then I stopped talking to him.
Oh, count the hoofs. That'll tell you how many mounts there were. You posted. Did you like cut and paste each individual hoof?
No, I bought them all, and they were in my bag. I just
Oh,
took a
okay.
screenshot of my bag.
There's 8.
There's 8?
Yeah.
So I was right. There's 8.
So then I went over to Shadow Moon
Mhm.
and started to do the
Netherwing?
Netherwing quests.
Don't pull out chocolate.
And
I yawned,
Ooh.
and that is my cue to eat a piece of chocolate.
oh, can I yawn too?
You can just have chocolate if you want.
Oh, okay.
This tin's getting low.
Those were not $5 each, by the way. Did she tell you?
She did.
I read it wrong.
You did. That's fine. I probably
It said 50% off, and I saw the $9.99 or
Yeah, that's
$9.90.
after the 50% off.
You're running low. You sure you don't mind? Is there one here that you don't like?
We have a whole other tin
All
we
of
haven't
them,
opened
because they're
yet.
all the fruit flavored ones now.
So
Oh,
I
I
was
can't
doing
eat that
that.
right now.
I'm getting through that.
Why not?
it's going to get stuck in my teeth, and I won't be able to talk.
No, just kind of mumble. That's what we do. We always spend at least a few minutes of every podcast eating chocolate.
I may go and do Sporagar as well.
Do Sporagar.
Get a pet.
I did that a while ago, I think. It's actually pretty easy to do,
I've read it's one of the easier ones to get. But
especially if you just go to the auction house and buy some of the like fronds and stuff.
there's not a lot there. Plus, I can just rogue through these places and pick them up. But I got the Maghar. If I get the Sporagar, I just have to do the Timbermon. I got another achieve.
You need the sanguine hibiscus.
The Sanguine Hibiscus. The Blood Flower.
Are you going to do the Cenarian one for the flying mount?
Which, yeah, I can work on the Cenarian one.
Because if you're going into the dungeons to harvest the hibiscus, You might as well kill everything in the dungeon and get Cenarian. Is it Expedition? Is that the Expedition? Cenarian Expedition rep?
Yeah.
Might as well, right? Because you can
Those
get
are
the flying.
The armaments.
The armaments come from Coilfang Reservoir, not the other two zones. I think I might have a couple left in my bags from when I did it.
But they're the ones that give you the Cenarian rep. Okay, yeah.
Each armament is, I believe, 75 rep. And they're a giant pain in the butt because they don't drop as often as you feel like they should.
So I got the Cenarian I can do. I'm going to finish off my Argent with Strathome.
Argent what?
Argent Dawn.
Okay.
With Strathome. And do a couple mount runs in there. But since it's just bosses that are essentially giving me XP, I don't even have to kill everything. I just weave in and out and kill the bosses.
Yeah, you can do that. But if you're taking your commission with you, those Scourge Stones are a good source of rep.
Yes.
And all of the mobs in the zone drop the larger, not the largest, but the medium Scourge Stones.
Yeah, that's true, but the bosses...
Because when I was doing it, now I couldn't stealth past. You can take as many as you want. That was a crunchy one. I hope that one doesn't show up on the mic.
Which one was it?
Just don't spit on it and it
The
won't show up.
crunchy orange one.
You guys are gross.
You like this one?
Yeah, I'll eat that one.
Eating chocolates is not gross. Eating chocolates is
Fruit-flavored
normal.
chocolate is gross.
The chocolate isn't fruit flavored. It has fruit flavored cream filling,
That was toffee.
and it is magical. Nope, that's strawberry.
It was clearly
The
a
red
toffee
one's
flavor.
strawberry.
No, the red one is cherry. This is strawberry.
Try it.
I have had several. They're strawberry.
I'll let you know.
You're not going to like it. It's strawberry.
If you don't like it, just spit it out.
Strawberry is a fruit.
Yeah, that's strawberry. Here you go.
Your mouth is broken. Your mouth thinks strawberry is toffee.
I don't consider that broken.
Why is it brown? Isn't strawberry supposed to be like pink?
Oh, sorry. Is my mouth still broken? Or is that like toffee? Or not toffee, maple? Maple. It's a sweet thing. It's not strawberry.
I'm opening up and I'm reading the thing. All right. This is
We're an unboxing.
we're unboxing a large tin, a 725 gram. Do they use grams in the States?
I don't know.
A 725 gram. That's for you Americans. That's 3/4 of a kilogram. A 725 gram tin of Quality Street chocolates to get to the instructional card that tells us which colored wrapper is which flavor. I have been living my entire life
That did not taste like strawberry, but it
Eating-
smelled like strawberry.
eating the pink wrappered ones because they taste like strawberry, and every one I have ever had up until this point has tasted like strawberry.
I'm pretty sure the red
But
ones are
that one
strawberry.
was like some kind of weird. I don't want to say toffee because Al was wrong, but
Yeah, I'm thinking maple
almost
leaf
almost like a maple. Where's the card? Okay. So let's. Oh, hold on. I got to move the mic so that I can pick up the squeaking of the wrappers as I shuffle through. Oh, come on, get out of there. All right. It says fudge.
Fudge, that was it.
Those aren't fudge, are they?
See? You didn't know what the fudge you were talking about.
Told you the red ones are strawberry.
Well, the red ones are supposed to be cherry. Why is red strawberry? Strawberry is pink. So we're going to put those in. See, now Al's going to eat the red one. He's going to be like, this is toffee. Well,
This is
that's...
strawberry.
Is it?
It's good.
Well, what have I been eating all this time? Something somewhere is pink/strawberry. Is that not the standard?
I know what I've been eating that's pink.
Like if you're... Oh, okay, the orange ones are orange. That's... See, the thing is, that's not even true. We know better than that, Al.
Well, not anymore. I'm running out of money.
But that's the standard. That's the standard convention for color coding candy. Toffee is like brown. Fudge is supposed to be like dark fudgy brown, and pink is supposed to be strawberry. Pink is not supposed to be fudge.
I don't know. I've bought some strawberry candies that were red.
Okay, but not. But that's okay. That's besides the point. The point I'm trying to make is that fudge is not supposed to be pink. Pink is not fudge colored.
I didn't color it. I just tasted it.
Is there an email address on here? I want to. There is. There is a phone number and an email you can contact. I'm going to be contacting them later and letting them know that pink
I
is not a
hate that
fudge
you
color.
open these.
Yeah, me too.
I
They're
had
not
to-
even mine.
I had to open it to. You know what? I've actually been really into these coconut ones lately.
I like the coconut ones and the caramel ones.
I never used to like coconut, but I'm getting more into it.
Then I will keep my hand off your coconuts.
So, were we at any point talking about World of Warcraft? What were we talking about before I pulled out the
I'm
chocolate?
talking about what I was doing.
What were you doing? Al?
I feel like
what have you been up to in World of Warcraft this week?
So I've been killing a lot of ogres.
What were the ogres? Oh, the Magar. Right. Is there like an achievement for that?
Oh, well, yes, the Maggar of Northrend.
Do you by any chance have any interesting, funny stories about an interaction between you and Sam regarding that achievement?
Well,
Are we just going to repeat it?
She asked, which one is that? And I said, it's the Maggar, period, of North of Nagrand.
That's a funny story.
Right?
Do you remember that funny story? What day did that happen on, Sam? You should check on your phone and see what day it happened on, Sam.
I'm feeling like it's the 23rd.
Is it the 28th of February? Is there only 2 days left in February?
Yes. You know what yesterday was?
Oh, if you're going to say 10 months till Christmas, I'm leaving.
Well, I don't want you to leave. It's funny that we're fake laughing, because I watched an old episode of Star Trek The Next Generation today, and I got to watch Data laugh, and Geordi just get pissed off at him.
What was he fake laughing at?
That'll be another podcast. But obviously a joke that Geordi told him.
Because Data told some real, like, sweet jokes in that show. I don't remember any of them, but...
So what have you been up to this week?
Is that every... So you've everything... You've talked about everything you need to talk about what you've done this week?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had to look over my engineering to make sure that you guys weren't complaining about nothing. And you were complaining about nothing. I can't make you a Mall E because you can't place it.
You can't make me a what?
Mall E.
What is that?
It is a portable mailbox.
Oh, really? Oh, like Wally? Is it a Wally joke?
Quite possibly. What's Wally?
Is it like MALL, like dot, like EE or something?
No, it's like Richard. So it's MOLL.E.
Dot E.
Richard Mall.
Oh, see, I don't know who that is, so I was super confused. Why?
To those that aren't to those that can't see what I just did, I just slapped my forehead and I'm bald. Just to add into the Richard Mall joke.
See, when you do that, that's like Naked Gun joke to me. Is he
Some
something to
of-
do with Naked Gun?
Some of you will get that.
Don't eat
Is
that
that
one.
not? Is that not a Naked Gun joke? Naked Gun joke?
No.
What's the airline? What's the Leslie Nielsen ones?
Airplane, Naked Gun.
Is that not from one of those?
No.
Where like he like slaps his head and then everyone else slaps their head?
Oh, that is in that movie, yeah, but that's not what I did.
That's not what you're referencing?
No.
See, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, what have I been up to this week, you ask?
Yes, what have you been up to?
So,
EverQuest.
okay, yes, I have. Okay, so I get pushback about this, but I have other friends who I play other games with sometimes, and those other friends play EverQuest. So I re-upped my account, which I don't even have to pay for. It's completely free. I have basically WoW tokens for EverQuest that I can play for like a year. I can have I have enough tokens saved up that I could have all 5 of my accounts going for a year, and I don't even have to pay for it. Yes, you can have as much chocolate as you want. And I've spent the last 2 mornings playing a little bit with my other friends, catching up on old times, having some fun, and this is a terrible thing that I've done, and it is the end of the world.
Have you been having fun?
Yes, I've been having fun. Sam, is it okay that I've been having fun?
Yeah. I just like giving you a hard time.
Okay. But what have I been up to in World of Warcraft this week? Well, Sam didn't mention this, but she has been playing throughout the week because we have been playing Jack and Beverly Crusher together.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Our warrior and paladin combo. And so here's the thing. So there is a tie-in because me and Al and I, how do you say it? Is it Al and I? Is that how you say it, like, properly?
Sure, Al and I. Sounds like a name.
Al and I. Well, it's a threat now. Holy crap. Al and I. No, that's all I can hear now. We have another podcast about Star Trek Picard. So this is like a tie-in between the two because months ago, before we even knew what this season of Star Trek Picard was going to be about, we had no idea. I don't know any insiders. I have no friends that are writers for Star Trek. I don't know. I have no insider information here. Months ago, before any of this happened, Sam and I, sounds less like a threat, made 2 World of Warcraft characters named Jack and Beverly Crusher. Beverly Crusher in Star Trek is a doctor,
But
and in World of Warcraft is a Blood Elf Paladin.
but Jack is dead.
Is he though? So I made an undead warrior named Jack Crusher, and our little internal like headcanon / private little story that we decide to role play. It's our role play. It's our role play that we do. She's Beverly Crusher, and she has brought dead Jack Crusher back to life, and they are going on a mission to like avenge his death. Right? So.
Now it's even creepier that that's
Jack,
the name of her son.
I know, it's weird, huh? So...
Sorry, did I spoil that?
Spoilers for people who have crossover with this podcast.
Yeah,
This show.
spoilers for, like, the first 2 minutes of episode 2. Oops. Okay, spoiler alert. We may...
Wasn't he like the first 2 minutes of episode 1?
He was in the first 2 minutes. We didn't know his name was Jack, did we?
No.
No, did we find out his name was Jack at the end?
Just that there was a male figure locked behind a door.
Yeah.
Spoiler! He's locked behind a door.
Okay, now you're doing spoiler alerts for literally the first 45 seconds of episode 1 of a season.
No, that's the intro.
Anyways, what I'm trying to say is we have Jack and Beverly Crusher, and then in Star Trek Picard, we find out that Beverly Crusher is on this ship going on this adventure with a younger Jack Crusher, who there were theories on the internet that I think have been squashed that perhaps
She was
Jack
a paladin.
Crusher was a cloned version of the actual Jack Crusher. And I was thinking, man, that's really close to what we came up with in our heads about why our characters are named what they are. But it turns out it's just, spoiler, it turns out it's just Picard's son. So...
Is it for sure, though? I haven't
Wait.
watched the episode.
What?
I mean, what? You watched the episode. Don't give me that. Oh, man. My back's like tensing up from hunching over my microphone.
But you can clearly see by the unchanging expression on Beverly's face.
Don't mock don't mock the plastic surgery.
Oh, that's no. Yeah, it's bad.
Okay, okay. This is World of Warcraft. Anyway,
But anyways, what I'm trying to say is we've been playing Jack and Beverly Crusher, our now level 36. Are we 36 or 37?
I don't know.
Warrior and Paladin combo. We started leveling. I was Prot Warrior and she was Holy Paladin. And at one point we were like, you know what? This would be quicker if she was Ret and I was Fury, because we just kill things faster. And when we start doing dungeons, we're going to spec back. But so we're just burning through stuff. Like we've got our heirloom weapons and our heirloom gear. Oh, okay. So this is weird, right? Okay. So we were at exactly the same experience. Sam, I think, was 200 experience ahead of me. We have done nothing apart. We have never killed anything ungrouped. We have never done a quest ungrouped. We were at exactly the same experience, give or take 100 or 200 at like level 30. By level 37, I am now somehow 8,000 experience ahead of her. Neither of us have done class quests.
you've been cheating on her.
No, I haven't played
Wouldn't
without her at
surprise
all.
me.
Like, I can't figure it out. Like, do classes level at different rates or something? Like, I've checked. We're wearing all the same heirloom gear. We've done all the same quests, killed all the same mobs. We get the same amount of experience for each kill. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
It's a rounding issue.
Really?
I don't know.
Because no, it's not. That's crazy. Oh, I thought you were going to say something because you, like, leaned into the mic,
burped.
but it was just a burp. Okay. Lean away. Oh, gross.
At least mine was quiet and no one would have known.
Sorry.
Oh,
Josh.
so hold on. We're starting to hit a lull, so I got to pull out the next icebreaker question. Alan, what is your most embarrassing story from when you were a teenager?
Teenager.
I know that was several decades ago, and it's probably hard to remember, but give it your best shot. I'm going to have a pink fudge chocolate while you think about it.
I don't know if I was a teenager by this point. So when does teenager start?
13?
13.
13. When does it end?
19?
19.
Oh, it's a 6-year window. It's very, very close.
Basically, if the age ends with the word teen, it is a teenage year.
You know how old I am? I'm 50-teen.
No.
Okay, so this is 101 Tolton in Hamilton. I grew up there. I got the... When did the Genesis come out? The one that was...
Like Star Trek 2? Star Trek 3?
No. The video game system. It was basically the knockoff of the Atari. When did the Atari...
I want to
2600?
say 93 for the Genesis.
No, not the Sega Genesis.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I don't know. It came out at the same time as the Atari 2600. 2600, yeah, it was the knockoff. Had Mousetrap on it. I don't
we
know.
have an Atari.
2600?
I don't know. It's over there.
It's 2600. You won't have it when I leave. Well, let's say I was a teenager. If not, I was really, really close. Does it have to be teenage years, or can it be close? Can it just be embarrassing things that have happened?
It's not that important. It's just a fun question that you get to answer. So do what you want to do.
I was a big Superman fan, and I had a Superman shirt. Okay, so I wrote a play because I also learned how to fall off my porch without hurting myself. Basically, I was a little more agile. I did a little acrobatic thing and landed on my feet. But my brother was playing Lex Luthor. So I did the little acrobatic thing. I ended up on the other side of the railing, and then he was supposed to hit me with a kryptonite ray, and I fell backwards. So he hit me with a kryptonite ray, and I went, oh, kryptonite, and I fell backwards off the porch onto the grass. We had dogs, and my back landed square into a big pile of dog poop. And ever since then, my family reverted to calling it. In fact, they'd say, Alan, can you go out in the backyard and clean up the kryptonite, please?
That's hilarious.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
So, Sam, what is your most embarrassing story from when you were a teenager?
I don't have any. So, Josh,
Yes, you do, Sam.
how do you know?
Because you have to. Everybody does.
What's yours?
I'm going to think about it while you're telling yours.
I didn't know you were going to ask me, so I didn't think about it.
That's the fun. I'm putting you on the spot. Why would I ask Alan, not you?
I don't know.
Where'd you get
I'll
this?
let you even
It was
extend
my dad's.
in the basement. I was going to clean it up and stuff. Al is looking at a old school Atari
2600.
2600 that he mentioned, and we just happened to have sitting in a bag
In our
like
kitchen.
10 feet away from him. It's dusty though. I was going to try.
wanna
I was
lick
going to
it
get
clean.
I was going to get Q-tips out and like clean
Not
it
in
up
from
and
our
restore it and
basement.
stuff. If you need to, you can extend it from age 11 or 12 all the way up to 22. I don't care.
How much you want for it?
An embarrassing. No, it's mine. Wait, $2,600.
We also have the original Nintendo, too.
Don't care.
Ouch. Embarrassing
have
story
one.
from sometime in your youth. You've done so many embarrassing things in your life.
I didn't do anything.
That's super embarrassing, Sam.
There you go.
What did you do? Something that you did.
Did you fall in poop?
No.
Did you ever step in poop?
Probably.
Step in gum? Did a bird ever poop on you?
Yes.
Just think of a poop thing, and it'd be embarrassing.
Sam,
Don't steal
tell
my
us
idea.
a poop story
Do-
from sometime in your life.
No.
Oh, I have a poop story. I have a
Okay.
poop story.
You tell your poop story, because
you-
I know exactly what poop story you're thinking of, so you need to tell it while I think.
What poop story am I thinking of?
When you smacked yourself in the face with a dirty brief at work.
Yes, basically.
What the?
It wasn't a brief, but yeah. So I need an embarrassing story from you first.
I thought it was a brief. Oh, wait, why would you be washing that out?
Exactly. I'll tell you. Don't ruin my story, Sam. We need an embarrassing story from you. We can delay and pause as long as you want. I can edit out awkward pauses. I need a story. You've done embarrassing things.
I locked myself in a bathroom that wasn't even locked. Does that count?
Tell the story and we'll see.
So I was at my friend's house, which you know her,
Which one?
Jess. She's married to one of our friends.
Okay.
So just on a random thing, I'm thinking of poop jokes. And
Ew.
Oh, that has to be a fake picture.
well,
Is
that's
that fake?
that's that guy's hair.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. Why would you put someone on your back with no pants on, though?
I can think of many good reasons why. If that's a girl.
I don't think it's a girl. Anyways, we were at her house, just hanging out, and I had to pee. Went into her bathroom, didn't lock it, did my thing, and then I couldn't get out.
Why couldn't you get out?
I turned the doorknob the wrong way.
I didn't know doorknobs could turn the wrong way.
I don't know.
Aren't doorknobs usually like multi-directional?
I don't know. I don't remember I can't picture how the handle was. All I know is I texted her saying, I can't get out of your bathroom. She came over and the door opened.
Had you been drinking, Sam?
I don't think I was.
So this is just you naturally?
That was just me naturally.
Can I tell another story? It's not
Yeah.
embarrassing for me, but maybe for my mom. But when
Does
I
your
was-
mom listen to the podcast?
I don't know.
Does your mom know about the internet?
Yes. So when I was really, really young, like kid, like 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 2. Anyway, I got stuck in.
So preteen, you would say.
Yes, I got stuck in some stairs outside, and I couldn't get out. Right, so you have wooden steps, and I was between the steps, and I couldn't get out. My mom came out, and I couldn't get out, so she was freaking out. She called 911, called the fire department, and then just to console me, she brought me a cookie. So she goes, I brought a cookie for you. So I got out, and I grabbed the cookie. I love hearing that story. I got out of
Here,
the
you
steps.
told the story.
I got out of the steps and grabbed a cookie from her. Said thank you.
Oh. Did you go get back in and be like, I'm stuck still?
I don't remember.
That's funny. Okay, so should I tell my embarrassing poop
Yeah.
story?
I pretty much told the story.
Well, I tell it
Just
better,
give us
I
the
like
brief
to
of
think.
it.
So
It wasn't a brief.
So I work in group homes settings. I work in group home settings with people who in some cases have incontinence issues. So at one point I was cleaning a pair of soiled underwear in a sink. And because you can't just throw that crap in the washer. You got to rinse it out first, right? So I'm rinsing it out in the sink. And as I'm rinsing, it's getting saturated with water. So I'm like, okay, I have to wring this out. And I momentarily forgot that underwear is elastic because of like the band, right? So I'm holding it over the sink and I grab the top half and I do the little O-ring with my finger and I'm running it down the underwear. And I'm just getting it. It's all just running right out and dripping into the sink. And I get to the end and it flings back and slapped me right square in the mouth. And I tasted yesterday's dinner. It was terrible, and there was actually a coworker of mine standing nearby that watched the whole thing happen and
They
said
laugh at you?
nothing. And said nothing while it was happening. Wasn't like, hey, maybe you don't want to do that. I was still fairly new at this point. This was like 20 years ago, and they had a good laugh. And
Do you still work with this person?
This person is still an employee. I don't work at the same
okay.
location as him anymore, but
The
Yeah.
thing about that story, probably more so on my part, you told me that story when we first started dating, and I was like, oh, cool, this guy has a face full of shit, and I'm still dating you.
I washed my face after. I've brushed my teeth at least a dozen times since then.
Can I make a suggestion if this happens again?
It has not.
Stick the underwear in a toilet and just flush it a bunch of times.
Okay, I have had to do that
But hold on to them so they don't go down. The action will...
out in public places. I have had to do like a full set of laundry in a public toilet before. It's not fun.
You love your job, don't you?
Yeah, that's a story I can't even tell because it's just too bad and too gross. But yeah.
So would you class that as your embarrassing teen story, or do you have an embarrassing teen story?
I was in my early 20s at that point. Do I have? I don't know. What's an embarrassing
You
teen story?
forced me to say something.
Yeah. Oh no, I couldn't figure out which way the doorknob turned. That's super embarrassing, Sam.
I have one where I was actually definitely a teen. It was
Okay.
my first year of high school.
Al has so many embarrassing stories.
Oh, yeah, I got lots.
This is like a gold mine.
I got a plethora.
Is that the new car you got? A plethora?
Yeah. So I went
fancy.
from a public high school to a public grade school to a Catholic high school. So I knew nobody. So I went there. I had braces. Not only did I have braces, I had the headgear.
Oh, you're one of
Really?
those.
Why have I never seen these pictures?
Yeah, can we see some
They
of these
don't
pictures?
exist so far as I know.
There
Can
are
I-
no pictures of
Can
you
I
as a
message your
teenager.
mom?
If you want,
Oh, I have one. It's not really that embarrassing, but a story.
if you, yeah, go ahead.
I'm not actually going to.
No, I urge you to.
No, because then she won't stop texting me after.
So when I went into the lunchroom, which is this big thing filled with tables,
Cafeteria?
I had
Yeah, they call that a cafeteria in this country.
I had a backpack. Like, I had a bag. It wasn't a backpack. I had a bag. It was a duffel bag. It looked like one of those. Yeah, I'll have to show you a picture. But
Thought you said there was no pictures.
a picture of the duffel bag.
Oh.
I'm sure I can Google that.
There are pictures of your duffel bag from high school, but not pictures of you.
Yeah, duffel bag didn't have a headgear on. Anyway, I would just stand there, holding it with both hands, leaning against the wall, shy as a Mayflower, wallflower, whatever the flower it is. And I didn't say anything, so I would just stand against the wall during lunchtime, and a room full of people. I'm going, okay, I don't want to sit down because it's embarrassing. Not alone, let alone standing against the wall in a room full of people wasn't embarrassing. I don't want to sit down next to somebody because it was embarrassing.
You pooped yourself?
No,
Oh.
not that time. So yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. Then finally somebody says, hey.
I missed
why
the
don't
embarrassing part.
Yeah. Just because you stood in the cafeteria
Okay, so
with
imagine
headgear.
hundreds of people in a room having lunch,
Oh, and you just didn't want to sit down.
and then I was just back at the wall like this.
Like every day?
That's just creepy, not embarrassing.
That's a combination of weird and sad. I don't know about embarrassing.
Well, being weird and sad is embarrassing.
Are you embarrassed now?
No, I'm not sad.
Oh, you're a little weird, though.
I said I wasn't sad.
Okay.
Weird is a badge. Weird. Like
I do.
a badge.
I was going to tell a story. I don't remember it now. Oh, what did you say to start out? Oh, right. There'd be no picture of you in high school. So, okay. So, summer before grade 9, I'm out in my backyard. And how old are you, Summer? Like 13?
13.
Must have been 13. So, I'm out in my backyard, and I've always been, at this point, very self-conscious about my hair. I still am. That's why I take such careful care of it and groom it so carefully. I do all my own haircuts.
Is this when you had the ponytail?
It's getting to that. Relax, Sam. That's another part of that weird story. So we're in the backyard. It's late August, getting ready for back to school. Actually, it's probably early September. Like, I think it's like days before the first day of school. And my dad pulls out the clippers, and he's like, it's haircut time. We're just going to do a little trim. And I was like, okay, just don't cut it short, because I'm paranoid about my hair being cut short. So he sits me down on the deck, and he gets behind me with the clippers, and he pops off the little, like the number thing.
Yeah.
And he buzzed right down the middle of my head, right down to like a number 1. Like, buzzed it right off.
Oh, that's
and
not even number 1.
I was like, no. So first day of high school, I have to go to school with like the shortest buzz cut possible. And I was so embarrassed, and it ruined my first year of high school. I swear, like I couldn't cope with it. I could not stand having my hair that short.
So did he do that on purpose?
I don't know what he was thinking. He was like, haha, haircut, you have no hair now.
Oh, I think I know why, but I can't say on the podcast.
Well, I don't know, maybe. So anyways, I was basically like buzzed down to my head, almost bald. And I was so embarrassed by it. I was like, fine, I'm never cutting my hair again. And I didn't for all of high school. By grade 12, my hair was like 1.5 feet long, and I had like a ponytail, and everybody thought it was gross. And I don't have super thick hair, so it was like a weak little ponytail. It wasn't even very nice. So eventually,
Did you have the stringy, greasy look?
it wasn't greasy. I washed it pretty regularly.
No, I said the
look. My hair's thin. So like it was a weak, thin ponytail. And I didn't even have it in a ponytail most of the time. I just had it down around my shoulders. There is like maybe at most like 2 or 3 pictures of me from high school. So by the end of high school,
Yearbook. But I didn't wear the headgear during yearbook. Sorry.
No.
So by the end of high school, I finally decided to get a haircut, and I went to the hairdressers and I got it cut off. And my mother went with me, and she asked the hairdresser. She insisted on keeping the hair that was cut off of my ponytail.
She still
And
has
she
it.
still has it in a weird, smelly little box in her house. She still has my ponytail from high school.
So when you got this haircut, did you notice that you got weaker?
Yes, much. I'm still recovering to this day.
Nice.
I can barely even push pillars out, support pillars out from a temple at this point.
Tell by the length of your hair that you can probably barely stand up.
I can. That's why I sit in front of a computer all day. Sam has no idea what we're talking about.
Haven't a clue.
He's making a Samson reference.
I don't know what that is.
And
It's a Bible character.
Oh.
He was a character whose strength came entirely from his hair.
Because God did not
Because-
let
Does that mean I'm
because
strong?
he was what do they call it? Was that Jesuits? What was the name? What's the name of that sect?
judge.
No, Samson.
I
I don't think he was a judge.
thought he
But
was.
anyway-
I could be wrong.
Anyways, there's a whole like sect of Christianity right now that don't like cutting their hair because of Samson. But anyways, he was like this super strong man, and he had this long hair, and his strength came from his hair. And Delilah, his like girlfriend, like snuck in at night and was like jealous of him, so she cut off his hair, and he became super weak. And then his enemies overcame him, and I think they beat him with like a donkey's jaw or something.
Yeah.
There was a donkey jaw involved.
July-
Oh, didn't he? No, he killed an entire army of people with a donkey jaw when he had his long hair,
Probably.
because that was like a show of his strength, bludgeoning
he
people
was-
with a donkey jaw.
He was a beast.
But anyway, she cut his hair off, and then he was able to be captured by his enemies. So they gouged out his eyes, and they like tied him to the pillars of a temple. And I guess he was there for a while, and some of his hair grew back.
No.
Why was he strong again? He was able to pull the temple down on top of himself and like murder, suicided everybody.
He prayed to God.
Oh, he prayed and God gave him his strength, and
Now,
he pulled the temple down on everyone and killed them all.
Delilah was a spy. You said she got jealous.
I don't know the story. She was like she came in like the enemy like bribed her or something.
Yeah, she was sent in
she
to
cut his
woo
hair
him.
off. Yes.
To find out the secret of his strength and to take it away.
Oh yeah, and he was like, "It's my long, luscious hair." So she cut off his hair, kept it in a box in her house for 30 years, and then he was chained to the temple, and they gouged out his eyes, and then he just murdered everyone and killed himself.
So it's like basically, bro, do you even lift? No, it's Pert Plus.
Yeah, exactly.
Rogaine.
Do you know when they
lift?
first
Yes, Rogaine with Minoxidil.
when they first met? Do you know what the Bible verse is when she first enters the room and he sees her?
Hi.
He looks at her. He says, "Hey there, Delilah."
I don't get it.
What's it like in New York City?
Yeah, it's the song, Al.
I know.
It's the song. I feel like we've said enough.
You know, you get us so many icebreakers. We've gone almost 2 hours.
Like, this podcast was not even about War of the
Wildflowers.
Wow. It wasn't about WoW
Yes,
at all.
Well, no, there was some wow in it.
there was. It was spattered. It's because this is the lull. This is the lull podcast episode. That was chocolate, not what you think.
You should
Oh, that's it.
you should title this one.
Those are all the ones I wrote down.
Make sure you do a little Seinfeld reference on this and say this is a podcast about nothing.
Now I'm trying to think of a clever one. I was considering poop stories. Hey there, Delilah.
No one would understand until the last, 2 minutes of the podcast.
That's what gets people listening. They start and they're like, I hear there was going to be poop stories, so they're going to listen to the first hour and a half just to get to the poop stories at the end. Did you have a poop story?
I do not have a poop story.
Oh, you need to close us out with a poop story, Sam.
I don't have a poop story.
No?
No.
You have to have at least one poop story.
No.
Whatever.
Well, I'm lactose intolerant. Does that count?
It does whenever you drink dairy.
Is that why you call them butt pills?
It is. Oh, tell the butt pill story.
When I tried to order.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were at the Tim Hortons drive-thru.
Tim Hortons is a donut and coffee shop, for those of you that don't know.
They also have them in the States.
We have listeners in Sweden.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
So I decided I wanted a ice cap made with chocolate milk.
Lots of dairy.
As we pull up to the speaker box, I tell Josh that's what I want. Person starts talking. He turns to me and he's like, "Did you bring your butt pills with you?"
It's a valid question.
And I'm just like,
Cars are
"Should
a
you have
confined
waited
space.
until we were away from the speaker box?"
In my
My que-
defense, I didn't want to order the iced cap without knowing I had the butt pill insurance.
The thing is,
Butt
I did
pill
not
insurance,
have.
That's the name for the episode.
I did not
No, that doesn't work. That's just going to sound terrible.
have them with me, and I still drank the ice cap.
Oh,
And it was
Shakespeare.
terrible.
Much ado about nothing. Wow, ado about nothing.
I don't know. That's an okay pun. Problem is, I didn't think of it, so I'm probably not going to use
I
it.
can also tell when Starbucks messes up my order and gives me real milk, cow's milk. I can taste the difference.
You taste
Between
Which-
that and almond milk?
Well,
Yeah,
That
everyone can
and
taste the
no,
difference.
I usually get it made with soy milk, but that makes sense.
Yeah, you
Like,
can definitely
why-
tell the difference between cow milk
You can
and soy
taste the
milk.
difference quality makes.
Yes. All right. So we're at, oh, hold on. Let's play the game. We're at an hour and 45 minutes. Let's see how much I cut out at this point. Let's end it. We need to come up with a better way to end our podcast.
I have an idea.
That's outrageous.
Oh, we didn't do we didn't do the Ask Al segment. I made an intro for it and everything.
Do we have anything to ask Al?
I have no questions
Dude,
for
you
Al.
really asked me questions throughout the whole podcast.
Those weren't just for you, those for everybody.
Ask Al.
I already did an intro. You've heard the Ask Al intro?
Yeah, I think that's in there.
No.
I heard it.
No, you did that, but that wasn't part of the intro. That was just you saying some nonsense during the Ask Al segment.
So it's part of the intro now.
No, it's not. Because we didn't do an Ask Al segment. We need to have segments. Anyways, let's end this thing.
Then we should write down a schedule and write down the segments we're going to cover.
Your face is nowhere near your microphone.
So we should write down segments on a piece of paper and have a schedule or something.
I'm probably not going to include that.
We should write down segments on a piece of paper so we have a schedule or something.
I used to do that, and we never followed it.
Well, if you were to ask me, I would recommend it. Ask Al.
Okay, so how do we want to end this? I'll cut this discussion part out. How do we want to end this? We need to do something cool and interesting to end a podcast. What?
You need to write clearer. I can't read your writing.
It says sushi shopping list. Episode 10 edits. Penetration. Remember that episode? You know that's one of our least popular episodes?
Because they didn't want to listen to you both talking about penetrating me.
No, we were talking about armor penetration, the completely legitimate World of Warcraft stat.
Okay, anyways, are we ending this or are we just...
Yeah, I just don't know how to end it. Let's just do the weird thing.
Oh, it's over.
Oh, what is that from? That's from something.
I've heard it before as well.
It's from like a cartoon or something. Anyways, that's our podcast for today. Thanks for listening. This has been us.
Signing off.
Say bye, Al Sam. What's your name?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, okay. That's outrageous.
Every time.
Oh, that's better.
This